Well, hello everyone. My name is Stephen Foster. I'm a creative, I'm a photographer, videographer. I've been making videos here on YouTube for almost a year now. I've been doing mobile photography for over 10 years. That's crazy to say. But one of the things I realized I hadn't made a video about that I wanted to make a video because a ton of people ask me always is like, hey, what should I buy for my phone? I'm getting a new phone, I'm traveling, I'm trying to go somewhere. I want to take better photos. And the advice I usually give people starting out is this. You don't need to spend any money to take better photos with your phone. Today I'm going to show you guys a few tips, a few tricks, things that I do to take better photos on my phone with no added accessories. There's no extra lenses. I like Moment lenses, but we're not gonna use any of those. Filters, I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that, grips, any of that other stuff. This is just about getting the most out of your phone. I'm gonna be using an iPhone 12 Pro Max to show you guys what I do. This also will work on Android, older iPhones. But with that, let's get started. So I'm gonna open up the camera app here, and there's a lot of information here in the camera app, but what you should notice is I have something called grids turned on. This will help you compose your shots a lot easier. The way you turn this on is by going over to the settings app, and then in the settings app, swipe down to camera, and then from camera, select grid, or make sure that grid is on in the composition area there. That you can see that it's on with that green slider. Good to go, and you should see this grid, this sort of like 9 rectangle squares, helping you slice up your image. They won't show up on the final image, but they're there to help guide you to compose where you want to put your subject and your foreground, your background, all that in your shot. The next thing I would recommend that you get familiar using is tap to focus. Now, if I wanted to say shoot this wallet that I have here and I want to get in tight, maybe I'm going to go to the 2 to 5. Actually, I don't like that. Maybe I'm going to stick with this. If I like focus off, I can kind of, turn the wallet blurry and I can get the stitching in the background, but tapping on the actual icon of the wallet will ensure, here, let's see, if I just center the wallet, but I tap on the icon, that'll ensure that that is like as crisp as it can possibly be when I go take that shot. As long as that yellow square is still there, you know that you still have focus. If I move away from it, you know that you'll see that that square resets. It realizes that the focus has moved for where you had originally set that focus point, and you'll have to reset it again if you move too much. But that dialing in that tap to focus to make sure whatever it is you're trying to shoot is in focus is really important. Finally, the last thing that I think is really important inside of the built-in camera app on your phone is understanding exposure. When you tap to focus, you will see that you get like a little sun next to that yellow box, and pulling down on that sun or pulling up on it will actually increase or lower the exposure. Now you see here on my keyboard that I'm showing you this on, this actually looks way better when I pull down the exposure a little bit here. It just adds a little more contrast. The red sort of pops off on the lights. And I think that's actually a better looking photo than just leaving it at the sort of default exposure that my phone wants to do. Now the other half of taking great photos on your phone, or at least before you publish a photo on your phone, is making sure that you have an edit that is the style that you want. Here I've opened up a photo that I'm gonna edit a little bit. This is from our trip to San Diego last week. If you're following the daily vlog, you saw this adventure. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a shot similar to this one, but I figured it'd be kind of fun to take you guys through a few things to look for in the edit, in the default Photos app on your phone, because you can get a lot out of it. Tapping that edit button in the top right hand corner, if you go over here into the crop tool, what I like to do first is think about how I want to publish this image. If you want to share it like on an Instagram story, you can click this or you can tap this top right hand section here with these different size squares, and you can select something like 9:16. That's going to be your best bet for an Instagram story. I'm actually going to crop in a little bit because I don't really like the composition of having the sort of that lip, that concrete lip of the pool in the foreground. So I'm going to tighten up this composition here and just move this over, and I think that's good. So now if I tap done, that will crop the image. Going back into the edit, the next thing that I like to do is make sure that my lines are straight. Now the umbrellas aren't gonna be straight, I'm not expecting the trees to be straight, but usually with architecture in photos, you wanna align your angles and make sure that any angles on your buildings are up and down to sort of just kind of convey that touch. So here I can drag on these sort of like notches here at the bottom to try to find where that alignment is, and it looks like if I just drag it one over, that gets my shot upright, and that makes it look, I think, a heck of a lot better and just cleaner. There is that the building, which is kind of anchoring the background, is straight up and down, and then everything else can kind of flow from that. Finally, in the edit, what's really important to do, you can come in here and do like an auto edit. I typically don't like to do that. Usually what I like to do is just come here in the highlights, bring them down a little bit, just trying to give it a more neutral look. I think that's a little more pleasing to the eye. I do like to bump the contrast just a little bit, and then I'm gonna come over here to my black point and just increase it ever so slightly, which is gonna kind of help the shadows sort of like just be a little bit more, just add a little bit more of that contrast. And then finally, I like to add a little bit of warmth. It is, you know, a sunny day in San Diego, so you know, I can kind of go really far over and make it like really stylized, but I think just maybe like 16 on there is kind of good. You want to play with these sliders and give yourself freedom to explore what your style is and how you feel it out. But that is it. That's usually what I do for an image. Now that shot is, I think, ready to be shared on Instagram. Good summer vibes. But look, with that, we took a better photo and we made a better photo in post. Didn't have to purchase any extra accessories or anything. And I think if you learn these tools and really push them to their edge, when you do make a decision to upgrade any of your gear, your tech, the software on your phone, you'll feel better about that investment because you already know that you've gotten the most out of what's already there on your device. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. My name is Stephen Foster. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, I'd be honored if you would. To everyone who already has subscribed to this channel, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Please be kind both in life and in the comments below, and like this video to send good vibes across the internet. Again, thank you, and we will do it again soon.